YouTube, chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Look at Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Drake is tired of all you guys lying on his name and is calling cap on Joe Budden. Now, this whole Wayne Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl thing has taken on so many different legs, so many different angles, and so many different problems. After Maul from Rory and Maul podcast came out and said that Drake has turned down the Super Bowl multiple times, it opened up a whole new can of worms. People then started looking into the relationship between Drake and Jay-Z. There's rumors out there that Drake actually turned down signing with Jay-Z and Tidal. Instead, Drake went with Apple, and ever since then, it's been up between Jay-Z and Drake. Now, Joe Budden had a whole different theory. Joe speculated on his podcast that the beef between Drake and Jay-Z has to do with Drake working on Beyonce's house album, then putting out his own house album months later. Here's what Joe Budden said.
Out and he was just like, you know, a lot of these whole pow-pows come from Drake. You worked on the Beyonce house album.
And then you did a house album.
And did a house album and dropped it right before hers. And they ain't like that. Like,
I wouldn't like that if I'm them.
I wouldn't.
Because you got to understand, we're dealing with the power part of money, power, respect. That's the part that we have to focus on. People with power are going to exert it now. Like, when this much is at play. So, yeah, I don't think they like that shit. I don't know what's behind it, but they ain't like that move, that little house album, after you worked on my shit. Hell no. Oh, I also got a little bit of tea.
What's it?
Spill it.
Come on now.
It's hot tea.
Oh, we're ready.
I'm sure
You got the straw? You
Yeah, you put a little more water. You can water down the tea.
Aquaponic.
I mean, Cam and them kind of alluded to there being something behind the scenes at play between the parties involved. And I don't know if I got the same tea as him. But I'm hearing that there was an event where something happened backstage that, yeah.
Between whom?
I can't say it.
Now, with all this being just speculation, Drake actually went to Academics and his team to clarify things. Here's Academics reading Drake's message to him and his team, denying the beef has anything to do with Beyonce's house music.
This is the quote unquote tea, or not tea, but like this is what Drake said in reply to whatever rumors, I guess. And shout out to the Joe Budden podcast, of course, my man Ice, and then of course Joe Budden. He said Beyonce had that record for 5 years, and Honestly Nevermind dropped before whatever she dropped, and I never worked on a house album. He says nobody has facts in this game. It's insane. Okay, so essentially he's saying that Beyonce had that house album for a long time, 5 years, and that kind of goes against the narrative that says that, oh, Drake hurried up and put out a project. It's like, no. She had a record for 5 years. He says, Honestly Nevermind dropped before whatever she dropped, but he said he never worked on a house album. Okay? And, you know.
So he never worked on her shit neither.
I didn't clarify. Actually, this message, like, this was sent to, like, not only me, it was my team. So, I didn't do the normal clarification, and this wasn't just a eyes only thing.
Now, the song Drake has credits for on the Beyonce album is called Heated. Drake is listed as the composer and also lyricist for the song. It is very much possible that Drake worked on that song with Beyonce 5 years ago before it dropped and had no clue it was going to be on her house music album. This is not the first time that an artist have worked on a song together with another artist, and that song actually gets released years later on a whole different album. And Drake also dropped his album first. He dropped his June 17th, 2022, and Beyonce dropped Renaissance July 29th, 2022. Now, whether or not you want to say Drake had inside information that Beyonce was going to be dropping a house album that summer, that's a whole different story. Both albums from Drake and Beyonce also had amazing first week sales numbers. Now, Drake, I do have to say, brother, If you have so much to say about all these rumors and speculations, why don't you just go do an interview? We know you're watching and you're listening and you're seeing all these rumors and speculations going on about you. Instead of playing telephone and telling media personalities or media pages, why don't you just go sit down on somebody's platform and get everything out your chest? So yeah, Drake and Jay-Z definitely have some friction between them, but it was not over Beyonce's house music album. You guys get in the comments below. Do you guys think Drake is still capping, or do you guys actually believe him this time? Post comments below. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.